This is Cheyenne Valentine back today again with a new episode. So, I want to talk about the real reason why some men, and I mean some, men are mad about Ayesha Curry's statement. And she did an interview, I think it's Red Table Talk, with Jada Pinkett and her daughter and her mom and everything. And Ayesha mother-in-law was there and some other people, and they asked her a question. Okay, Jada asked her about basically, to sum it up, she asked her about how does she handle all the female attention that her husband Steph Curry gets from women, all the female attention. So Ayesha talked about her, being insecure, saying that Steph is very friendly, and when he's conversating with a woman, she would notice it and she'll just interject herself and introduce herself, because she claims that he's friendly and whatnot. And she says she knows that the so-called groupies are always lurking. Then she went on to say that it would be nice if she got male attention. So this attention that she wants is outside of stuff, meaning other men other than him. She says she's not looking for another man, but it would be nice to know that someone was looking at her. And they were telling her, well, you're not looking, so you don't notice it. She said, yeah, I don't notice it because I'm not looking. But she said it would be nice because I guess that would make her feel good about herself, make her feel pretty. So the first thing I thought when she said this was, if she needs validation from men outside of her husband, meaning attention, that means that her husband's not giving her enough attention. That should be common sense for everybody, but no one seems to see that, especially the men. She wants, why she need attention from someone other than her husband. I'm finna get into that right now. But the first thing you should think is, if a person's looking for attention outside of their mate, it probably means their mate is not giving them much attention. So before I get into that, I want to first say, before I get into why these men are really upset, because a lot of these men were upset at what she said. And before I get into that, I want to first say that I feel that she should kept that to herself. But the question that she was asked was such a messed up question, about the groupies. And I think that's a sore spot for her. So she's pretty outspoken, and she does have a tendency to talk too much. And see, that should have been just kept between her and her female friends or in her family and everything. But the reason why I think she should not have said it, because look what has happened because of it. Now Steph, I think, came out and defended her, and now men are calling him a simp. That's all every time a man defends his wife or they feel like he did something they didn't want him to, he's a simp. Okay, whatever. Like, how is he a simp? Okay, he's trying to save face for her in the public. Like, what you expect him to do? Throw his wife under the bus? Now I know what you're gonna say, well, she threw him under the bus, but we're gonna get to that. She really didn't throw him on the bus, but we're gonna get into that. So I want to first say she shouldn't have said it just for this reason of how people were gonna take it and spin it. And I'm gonna tell you why people are taking it this way. Men are upset about it for the reason I'm going to get into. Before I get into that, the fact that she says she wants attention outside of her husband, people feel it makes him look bad because they don't know what the hell he's doing. So yeah, by default, okay, yeah, I agree with them. By default, by her saying that, they're like, well, why you want attention outside your husband? Your husband treats you like a queen. Because see, they're saying it from the outside looking in. They're on the outside looking in. So they're like, oh, you're married, he's handsome, you got kids by him. What else? He's a millionaire. You living this great life. He treats you like a queen. I actually heard a man say, why would she want? What more does she want? She has this great life. What does she mean she wants attention from other men? So because nobody knows what the hell he's doing, okay, by default, ain't no groupies came out on him yet. By default, it seems like she's, just quote unquote whore and looking for male attention. She didn't say she wanted to have intercourse with other men. She said attention, which I knew right away that meant that she's not getting attention from him. Okay. So nobody knows what he's doing, because nobody came out on him and said Steph got me pregnant, or we've been, I've been sleeping with him. So because of that, they think that he's being this good husband, doing everything to satisfy her, and she's just coming out and saying something like that. almost, because a lot of men were saying she's inviting attention from other men. So let's just say she did say that to invite attention from other men. Why do you think she's doing that? Why would a woman who was in a happy marriage, whose husband was faithful, worth millions, who's handsome and in a great marriage, invite attention from other men on national TV? Do people stop and think about these things? It's a reason for everything. It could be a messed up reason. It's a reason for everything. Okay? The first thing I thought was that he's not giving her attention and something's going on in their marriage. She's upset with him about something. She's insecure. Now, we're finna get into that. Now, before I get into her feelings and all that, let's first start out with the real reason why these men are upset. Really, the reason why these men are upset, because they keep ladies, have you noticed that these men seem just outraged about this, as if Ayesha's their woman? Have you noticed that? They make it seem like they make it seem like, hold on one second. They're making it seem like Ayesha's their wife, and as if they had a shot with a woman that looked like her. And before I get into the next, elaborate, these men are saying that she's fat. Her face is big. She like a Cabbage Patch Kid. She like a bobblehead. They saying all this, but before she made this comment, everyone, you never heard them talk negatively about how she looked. As a matter of fact, some of these black men are colorists, and by her being of a light complexion and different color eyes, they give an opportunity would have been all over her, because we know how some of these colorist black men can be. Okay, so but now I'm looking at comments. Oh, she doesn't measure up. Oh, she's basic. Oh, really? But given a chance with her, you be having her on your arm, showing everybody. So like I said, ladies, whenever you're telling men what they want to hear, you're beautiful. Whenever you're saying things that they don't like, you're ugly. Always remember that. When you're telling them what they want to hear, you are beautiful. You are a model. But when you say something they don't like, they're going to pick your looks apart. Okay? That's how they roll. So if you want to be always called beautiful, just tell them what they want to hear. But telling them what they want to hear is not going to help them, because me telling you what you want to hear is just going to keep you broke and ugly, which is what you are, and not getting the woman you want. So I don't understand how that's benefiting you, me telling you a lie. I mean, if I tell you a lie, you can continue to have the miserable life that you have, and get mad about people on the internet, and get mad about a attractive basketball player that's worth millions. Are you attractive? Are you worth millions? Okay, because you're not handsome enough, and you don't have enough money to get an Ayesha Curry. You would never get Ayesha Curry. So why are you so upset about what she said? We're gonna get into it. So they're mad because see, you gotta understand, Steph Curry does not only have female groupies, he has male groupies. Okay. And the male groupie, the reason why Steph has so many male groupies, we know why he has female groupies. And by the way, I hate female groupies. And the male ones too. But the female groupies, I can't stand those whores. I cannot. I remember seeing, it was a white female groupie on TV, and she talked about how she would go after like rock stars, the white guys who were in the bands. And she said when she would meet a celebrity musician, the first thing she would do would be to thank him for his contribution to the world via his music. She would give him a blowjob as a way of thanking him. Ma'am, you know how many women have gave him a blowjob? That you don't have to thank him with head for the sweetheart. He makes millions of dollars. Whoever this rock star is that you blowing off, so that is his reward for his hard work. The money he's making, he's not doing it for free. He don't need a blowjob from you. So I can't because why it makes me so mad is that some of these men might have found the love of their life, because Steph and Ayesha met a long time ago in high school, I think at a Christian youth center or something, and they got back together, I think, when he got in college and everything. But they probably might be soulmates and really are meant to be together. And I'm not putting all the blame on the women if he's cheating and not on him, because he should take accountability for his actions as well. In addition to that, we all know some men have a weakness for sex. A lot of them do. So that's every man's dream, to have beautiful women throwing their vagina at them. So you got all these groupies, and these women know he's married. I have a problem with them doing it, and they know he's married, and just handing the vagina over. Like, see, I can't stand those fucking groupies. Like, yeah, excuse my language. You don't understand. So anyway, and they cross the line, like, oh my God. But anyway, see, Steph not only has female groupies, he has male groupies, right? So the male groupies don't want to sleep with him. I mean, the gay ones do. But see, the female groupies want to have sex with him, and they want to take his wife's place, and they want him to fund their lifestyle. Okay, that's what they want. They want to get pregnant by him and all that. They want him. They want him to be with them. See, the male groupies want to be him. Now, follow me. The female groupies want to sleep with him. The male groupies want to be him. So when they see Ayesha say, "Oh, I want attention from other men," that makes them feel like she isn't satisfied with her life. And so with these male groupies, see, Steph is living the life they always wanted. Meaning, he is doing it. See, a lot of men, especially black men, want to play basketball. Like, that's like, a lot of them want to be rappers and basketball players. Like, I don't understand why, anyway, like, they act like they can't do nothing else but that, huh? But a lot of them want to be basketball players. And, you know, just basically a professional athlete. So that's like a lot of men's dream come true, especially black men, to be a professional athlete making millions of dollars. So basically doing something they really, truly love and making a lot of money. That's like their dream come true, right? So Steph is living their dream. On top of that, he, like I said, he's doing their dream job. He's making a lot of money. He's really good at what he does. So they admire Steph. They respect Steph. And then in addition, he happens to be handsome. Now, the men don't care so much about him being handsome. They don't really care too much about that. But that kind of adds to his appeal. Because some of these men out here are not that handsome. Some of them are unattractive, and they're not able to get the women they want because they don't have the looks nor the money nor the personality. So they're like, anyway, I'm not gonna go there. So then they know also that a handsome man with a lot of money is capable of getting attractive women. Plural. That's that right? Yeah. Basically multiple women, okay? Because a lot of these men, they don't just want to have sex with one woman, no. They want to have sex with multiple women. That's the key here. So that's every guy's dream, to be able to have a lot of money, be really handsome, be able to have sex with a lot of women. Not just one, a lot. Okay, so they feel that's the reality for Steph, okay? And so the fact that Ayesha is with him and she made that comment, they feel like you don't appreciate this great man that you have. So they feel like she isn't satisfied. And so once again, this goes back to them. They're projecting. They feel like if you're not satisfied with a guy who's handsome, a great basketball player, and worth millions, okay, then I could never satisfy a woman, because they feel like I don't look as good as Steph. I don't have them. I don't have a skill that I'm as good at as Steph. I'm not on TV like Steph. You know, I'm not respected as much as Steph, and I'm not worth millions of dollars. So if Ayesha Curry is not satisfied, this is what these men are thinking. If Ayesha Curry is not satisfied with her great life, this handsome guy with all this money, and he's a great basketball player, and he's worshipped by all these people, then me, you know, mediocre me, average looking me, you know, basic paycheck me, no personality having me, how the hell am I gonna satisfy a woman? Because you gotta understand something, ladies. Men think that women are never satisfied. Now, I don't disagree with that. Some women, sometimes we can be demanding as far as what we want. I think women deal with more depression than men, and anxiety issues, to where women have to really work on self-love, and so it, you know, men too, but women, sometimes some women do kind of tend to never be satisfied. Sometimes women need to appreciate the simple things of life, and women are more complicated than men. That's why a lot of times they require more. Men are not as complicated. They're kind of simple. You know, just hold on one second. With most men, if you notice, they don't require a lot materially. I've seen men, you know, sleep on the damn floor and be happy. You know, when men give them sex, some decent food, some food, like they don't even care where they eat at, and give them men like an activity, something they have a passion for, and they good, you know. And you know, then you have some men who are ambitious and want money, but they're pretty simple. Women are more complicated, so we come off as never being satisfied to men. And And I would agree on some level. Some women can be never satisfied. And that's because women are more complicated, and sometimes we have a harder time just just living a simple life. We kind of like want more and more, and it sometimes not even more financially. We just feel okay. Like, for example, a woman might say, if I have the husband that's handsome, treats me well, the kids, the house, then I'll be happy. Then they get that, and they're like, okay, well, if I look at somewhere, I'll be happy. Then they're still not happy. So women try to add more to their life in hopes of becoming happy, and then they're still not. So women kind of deal with that. So I get men's point of view on that. However, because they feel like women are never satisfied, they feel like, well, I don't have a shot with dating women. They feel defeated. And so it had nothing really to do with Ayesha. Ayesha represented a woman that they could never get and satisfy. It's a lot of women that these men cannot satisfy. It's a lot of them that they have disappointed, and so they feel like, okay, Ayesha's just like the rest of these women. She was basically the face of all the women that felt they weren't good enough. Put it like that. Because they feel like, okay, how am I ever going to satisfy a woman when I don't measure up to Steph Curry and he has everything that a woman, quote unquote, will want? So that, ladies, this is what this whole thing was about. Because even my dad was mad at what she said. My boyfriend was mad at what she said. And we got into a couple of debates about it, because I'm like, okay, I get what you all are saying, but you all they were taking it personal. And I confronted a couple men about this, and they confirmed and agree, and they said, yeah, that is why I'm mad. I said to them, I said, are you mad because you feel like, okay, if she can't be satisfied with a handsome guy that's worth millions, who you think treats her like a queen, which you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I'm gonna get into that next. If you feel like if she can't be satisfied with that, then what chance do you stand satisfying any woman? Because in your mind you don't even measure up to stuff. They say, yeah, that is the reason. I mean, women are never satisfied, and if she can't be happy with him, how am I gonna satisfy a woman? I don't have as much as him. I don't look like him. I said, bingo. And so they're projecting. It was never really about Ayesha, everybody. It never was about her. It wasn't even really about Steph. They were stepping into, they thought about all the times where they felt they could never satisfy a woman. Not in the bedroom, not financially, she represented all the women that they wanted, but the woman never seemed satisfied. Because when a woman is with a guy, right, and she never seems satisfied, and he's trying to satisfy her, and he feels like he's not good enough. He's like, okay, I'm doing this and that for you. You still don't seem like you're happy. So that is a sore spot for men. And so, like I said, also these men are groupies. They worship stuff. They respect stuff. They put stuff on a pedestal. So they feel like they're borderline trying to jump, get on their knees and suck them off. Okay. So they're like, okay, how dare you, embarrass him in public by saying that? How dare you not be happy with what he has provided for you? How dare you? And if you're not happy with him, I don't have a shot at satisfying a woman ever, because if she can't be satisfied with stuff, then, and I heard men even say, you women are never satisfied. Look, she got everything. You women, they kept saying you women. They didn't even say Ayesha. They kept saying you women. See, it was never even really about her, and it never really was about stuff. Really, it was about them. It's about them. Take a drink of water. So let's continue. So yeah, I just broke down why they were mad. It wasn't even about Ayesha. It wasn't about stuff. Ayesha just represented all the women that were not satisfied with them. They are, Steph Curry's groupies, male groupies. And basically, they think very highly of him, and they feel if you cannot be satisfied with a handsome, rich guy who married you and gave you kids, and from the outside looking in, they feel that he treats her like a queen. They feel that she's ungrateful, and they feel she's never satisfied, and by default they feel like they don't measure up to stuff. So they feel like, okay, if she can't be satisfied with someone at that level, I'm never gonna be able to satisfy a woman. I don't have as much money as he has. I don't look like him. And this is a sore spot because some of these men have experienced women who felt that they weren't good enough. They feel like, well, I need you to make more money, or, you know, I don't, you know, you don't do it for me physically, or whatever the issue was. They feel like I'm never going to be good enough to get the woman that I want, because women are never satisfied. Look, and then they say, oh, see, Ayesha proves that women are never satisfied. I know you've seen those comments, right? She proves that women are never satisfied. I mean, I actually went to some of her videos, her cooking videos, and you had men underneath there saying, I guess you're going to get the attention you want. This was even non-black men that was this upset. Like I said, it ain't just black men, it's non-black men too. They are Steph Curry's groupies. They wish they was him. They want his life. So they are appalled that she would not be happy with the life they think that he has provided her, or being with him, because they feel like, shit, if they was a woman, they'd love to be with him. And they feel like if you ain't satisfied with him, I don't stand a chance with getting a woman to be satisfied with me, because if he can't satisfy a woman, you know, because they feel like women claim they want a handsome guy, they want to get married, they want kids, they want a rich guy, and they feel like, okay, she got it, but she's still not happy. Damn, I told you women never satisfied. So it was all about them. They feel if she can't be satisfied with a man of that caliber, they feel like, shit, I don't stand a chance. I don't look like him. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not charming like him. I'm not good at what I do for a living. You know, I don't measure up to stuff. And, you know, so how am I ever going to satisfy a woman? If Steph can't. Because they male, they're his male groupies. Now let's get into Ayesha and why she said this. We never really truly know why she said it, but the first thing I realized was when she said she wanted to know, because I think she said she hasn't been getting attention from other men in like the last 10 years. It's because of her image, you know. It's two reasons why she's not getting attention from men outside of her relationship. Number one, a lot of them probably know that's Steph's wife, and they respect him. They actually respect him, and I do feel like, well, I'm not even gonna go there. They respect him, okay, because they're like male groupies, so they really respect him. They wish they was him. That's number one. Number two, Ayesha does have a very wholesome, good girl image. How she dressed, she doesn't really dress like sexy. She doesn't give off a sexual image, which that doesn't mean she should. She just doesn't. So she has a very pretty girl next door look, and she covers up. And I don't think when she's out and about, she's all like super fixed up or looking sexy. She probably don't flirt or do nothing like that. Maybe she flirts, I don't know. So she doesn't give off a vibe, probably approachable vibe. She's outgoing, she seems, but yeah, the main reason is, I feel, is because men know who her husband is, and they like, and you might say, well, it's because they respect him. Yeah, they're male groupies, they respect him because they want to be him, and also they feel like they don't measure up to him. So if they feel like talking to her would be a waste of time. Like, okay, you got a handsome millionaire who people, you know, look up to and feel he's great at what he does, you know. I'm not, you know, I can't measure up to that. I don't make more money than him. I'm not gonna be able to be, you know, to be him for your affection. They're not even gonna bother, because they think so highly of him and the money he's making and all that. They feel like, okay, if you're with him, I would have to make more than him and look better than him for you to even want to mess around with me. It would be a they feel like her messing around with them would be a downgrade. So they like, why would, you know, she probably likes a man of a certain caliber. They like, I can't measure up, so I'm not even gonna bother talking to her. So it's that, on top of them respecting him, on top of her image and how she looks when she goes out. That's what I think why she's not getting a lot of male attention. So let's get into what she said and why she said it. Okay, first of all, let's get something straight. I think she said what she said because she's angry at him. I don't think she I want to say she purposely said it to get him a wake-up call. I think she kind of like talks before she thinks. So I don't even know if she said it to get him mad. I think that's really how she was feeling, and she just said it. I feel that she's in fear of losing her husband. And yes, she has gained some weight, but even before she gained the weight, I think she was in fear of losing her husband. But yeah, the weight gains probably made her feel even more insecure. And I think that he's cheating on her. So I think that he's cheating and that she's angry and she wants to cheat back and retaliate. But you gotta understand, this woman is actually kind of trapped in a way. And I'm gonna get into what I mean by that. Now, let's first start with the groupies. It's gonna get into her being trapped. Now let me paint a picture for you. She got with this guy when he was not who he is now. So she did not even know he was gonna become this guy, this millionaire and this well-known person. Okay, they get together, they fell in love or whatever, have kids. Now, someone actually put up some old tweets of her saying, you know, I'm married. Why are you guys trying to talk to me? So yeah, she, in the beginning of their relationship, like probably when they met in high school, yeah, she was the hot commodity. Let's just talk with it. She was the hot commodity. You know, probably a lot of guys liked her, and probably a lot of girls liked him too. But you know, he probably was really smitten over her, how she looked and all that. And she was kind of hot commodity in a relationship. She probably was getting a lot of attention in a relationship more than he was. When they got married, it got reversed because of his profession. Okay, so now he has all these female groupies after him. Now, I don't think people understand how aggressive these female groupies are. I remember Shaunie O'Neal saying a groupie came up and rung her doorbell for her husband. I remember her saying she was out with her husband Shaq, her ex-husband Shaq, and their kids, and groupies knocked over her kids to get to her husband. She told him, look, you just go that way and me and the kids will go the other way. These groupies are very disrespectful. I also remember Ayesha saying she was in a and I want to get this correctly, I might be saying this wrong, but she was basically, she put her daughter in the back seat of the car. I think she got in the front seat, and a woman leaned in the car to touch her daughter, and she, you know, stopped her, and a woman said, well, you know what you signed up for. So people don't understand what she's going through. These women, I can't stand these goddamn groupies, are very aggressive. Okay, they will stop at nothing to sleep with these particular men. They want Ayesha's life. They want to sleep with him. They want to possibly get pregnant by him, have them pay them off, or just have that baby and get child support, whatever it is. These men make a lot of money, and they want in. They want her spot, and she knows that. She even said she know they're lurking and all that. She already knows. She don't like them, and I don't like them either. Leave married men alone. Leave them alone. However, I'm not putting it all on them, but I'm saying these women are after him. So now it wouldn't be a problem. It's still a problem. These women have no morals, but those particular women rather. However, she knows her husband's gonna give in. That like, somebody can throw themselves at you all they want to, but do you give into it? So she knows he's weak for vagina, like most men. And for you people saying you don't think that he's cheating, you got men that work at Walgreens, okay? They got a beer belly, balding at the top, 5'2", breath stinking, and they cheating. You think that Steph Curry's not? You think he don't have at least one mistress? You think when he's out on the road, I bet you what they do when they go out on the road, and they have all these, I've heard them saying groupies come to the hotel rooms. They even make their way up to the hotel room and get a key. I mean, they bout it, baby. Okay. They probably be doing orgies with these groupies, and that's probably like part of, like, I know this sounds so sick and it's disgusting. I think it's like part of the game to them. Like okay, so you go, you play, and then afterwards you know, they go get some groupies or something. The groupies are waiting for them in the lobby. They pick some and take them up to the room. Like, I really think they're doing this regularly. Okay, so him being married, he's not supposed to be participating in it. But you think he's not going to? Because let me tell you something about men too. Men like to encourage other men to do stuff like that. Like, if you're a guy, you hang out with a group of guys, and they sleep with all these women, the women throwing themselves at them. Like, I'm not gonna say what this was, but it was a guy I knew. He's been married for like 25 years. A woman wanted to have sex with him, and he didn't, for some reason, he didn't want to do it, or he was, I don't know, he just wasn't jumping on it like that. His brother said, you better go over there and have sex with her, or I will. Okay, that's what his brother said, and so he went and did it. So what you have to understand about men value another man's opinion over a woman's opinion. Ladies, they really don't give a damn about our opinion. They value, listen to what I'm saying, they value a man's opinion over a woman's opinion. They don't want to seem soft around men. They want whatever. Because see, with men, they have decided on what is manhood or whatever. So if manhood is sleeping with a bunch of women that's throwing a vagina at you, then it's like they all decide, okay, this is manhood, so we all got to do it. This is part of my profession. If there's groupies that want to give me sex, I'm going to take it. So look, we all know men is all about sex, unlimited sex. So if, like I said, the busted looking dude that work at Walgreens that's balding at the top, 5'3", with a beer belly and his breath stinking, and making $5 an hour, then What makes you think that Steph Curry, handsome guy worth millions, is not sleeping with these goddamn groupies? Okay, so let's go with that narrative. So let's assume, I mean, like, what would stop Steph from sleeping with the groupies? Like, you can't, some women can't stop, and I'm not saying it's your position to have to stop a grown man from doing, because if a person want to do something, they're gonna do what they want to do. So I'm not saying the woman can, it's her responsibility to stop a grown man from cheating on her. But I'm saying if most women cannot, I guess, use the word, not stop, but prevent, or it's, a lot of times not even her fault. Let me take that back. Basically, if you got an average looking dude who's poor out here chasing tail, okay, what makes everyone think that Steph Curry is faithful? Okay, so we got to start with that first. So the fact that she says she's insecure, he's making her insecure. The groupies, for one, the groupies, number one, is making her insecure because they're after her dude. And then she probably knows that he's giving into it, because if they was doing this and he didn't give into it, you know, she'll still be mad about it. But something, we're on the outside looking in. What makes people think that he's being faithful? So now, if you put into context that he's probably has cheated, is cheating, and going to cheat, then that will make sense why she said what she said. First of all, if he's out here cheating, he's not going to be giving her the attention that she deserves. Attention means taking her out, telling her she's beautiful, and she has gained some weight. He might have said something about her weight. Okay? And then, so now she knows she's gained some weight. Look, before the weight gain, he had groupies after him, and I think he was cheating before the weight gain. Now, with the weight gain, you know how some men are, like, they already gonna do something, but when you let yourself go a little bit, they say, well, that makes them feel justified into doing what they was gonna do anyway. So, even if she was a size 2, he would still be sleeping with these groupies, and that's just my opinion. But he'll still be sleeping with them. But now that she gained weight, he can say, aha, see, this is why I'm sleeping with these groupies, because look at you gained some weight. Like, I think that's the kind of mentality he got. You know, he was going to do it anyway, but now the weight gain, he's using that for even bigger excuse. But I do think she needs to get on losing the weight. You know, she has the money to get I know she cooks and everything. Ain't she a chef? She has a restaurant. But I think she needs to, you know, get on that. But even when she was thin, you cannot convince me this man wasn't cheating. All these women that's throwing themselves at him, come on now. Most men, you know, the average dude can't even resist one vagina. I knew a couple women. One was a Hispanic woman. She was dating a white guy. And it was a black girl. She was dating a black guy. And they were talking about how their boyfriends had cheated on them. And they both had slapped them when they found out. I'm not saying they should have slapped them, but they did. Luckily, the guys didn't slap them back. And one of the guys, I think the white guy, said, well, she offered me sex. And she's saying, you couldn't say no? But see, I'm not going to be, if that happened to me and I found out and I said, why did you take it? And my boyfriend said she offered it. I'm not going to slap him. I'll say, okay, well, from this moment on, we have an open relationship, and I will be sucking another dick tomorrow. I guarantee you. Okay, you made a grave mistake, and now you're gonna pay for it. I'm not putting my hands. First of all, I'm not finna put my hands on dude, because then I'm not finna be looking like Mr. Potato Head when he knocked me out. So I'm keeping my hands to myself, and I'm gonna say, okay, well, you couldn't turn down one vagina that want to give it to you. Okay, that's perfectly fine, because I got about 30 minutes lined up that want to dig me down. So I'm finna take all challenges at this point, and we have an open relationship. So ain't nothing else to talk about. We have not now. Either you gonna stay with me and we're gonna be in an open relationship. We about to break up right now. Now it's your decision. I'm leaving the decision up to you. Either we're gonna stay together and we're gonna have an open relationship where you can sleep with whoever you want to, and I'm be sucking off whoever the fuck I want to. Excuse my language. Or we finna break up right now. Cause you gonna stand here and tell me she offered me sex, or what you expect me to do? That's what you gonna say to me? Well, I get offered penis every time I go outside. Now what the hell you expect me to do? Okay then. You say it's hard for you to turn down vagina. Well, it's hard for me to turn down a man that's offering me money. How about that? How about it's hard for me to turn down a man that's financially stable? How about that? And it's hard for me to turn down penis. How about that? Which I'm getting offered money and penis. So I'm finna take both. Okay, you take the vagina that gets thrown at you now and then. I'm gonna take the dick that's being thrown at me all the time, and I'm finna take the money that's being thrown at me too. So either you accept it. We're open now, or we break up. So that's how I would handle that. But anywho, yeah, so people think that this dude is faithful. This is what I don't get. So all these men that keep saying, oh, well, he gave her this great life and all that. and she don't appreciate it. Like, dude, do you know what's going on behind closed doors? This man, so if this guy's out here cheating, think about it, right? He's not giving her attention. Okay, his attention is elsewhere. Okay, he's on the road playing. She don't know what the hell he's doing after each game. Okay, see, I don't know if you all know Jackie Christie from Basketball Wives, but I remember, I'm not saying she was right, because she was wrong for leaving her kids, but I think I said she would leave her kids with her mother, and she would be following her husband Doug around and at every game. And I hate to say this, but if a woman's dating an NBA player, that's done what you gotta do, not leave your kids. I'm saying if you didn't have kids and you married him, you would have to literally be at every game with him and on his behind. Okay, because those groupies are ruthless. You understand me? They have no respect for your relationship. They don't give a damn about you. They want your spot. And Ayesha knows they want her spot. And now she's insecure about the weight gain. Like I said, she needs to get the weight off just for her own self-esteem. But even once she gets back small, he's gonna still be jumping on these groupies. Like, you can't tell me this man and that's why I brought about the white guy and Hispanic woman and the black woman and the black guy. Now, these men were offered sex from one other woman. I don't know if they chased the woman. One of the dudes said that the woman offered him sex. Could have been a lie. And the other one, I guess he chased it. And then, they got slapped. And both of the women were like, well, hey, why you couldn't say no? So if a man, an average dude with an average paycheck, can't say no to one vagina, do y'all think that Steph Curry worth millions? So the women have more incentive to chase him. You think he turned out? And do y'all remember they had a clip of him at a game, and he turned around to walk towards the chairs to sit down. It was a woman standing there. She was real pretty. She had a nice body. She's half naked, and she was looking at him and looking at her tongue and all that. And they found out she was a professional dancer. They found out some other stuff about her, but she clearly wanted him. Okay, so he has women of that caliber chasing him and being aggressive. The average, y'all know, if you have men that can't turn down a woman that look like Roseanne. If a woman that looked like Roseanne was offering them sex, they'll take it from her. So you think somebody looked like that woman? Go look that up on YouTube. The woman who was eyeing him, and she was only like 2 rows away from where his seat was. Come on now, the women that are coming after these men, a lot of them are gorgeous. Okay, so if the average guy can't turn out women look like Roseanne, what you think? You think these dudes is being faithful? I remember Kobe was saying he should do what Shaq did and pay the women off. I guess Shaq, when he'll pay the women off to not come out. See, people think that stuff is innocent because ain't no groupie came out or no outside baby. Oh, I wish the groupies had just gone and come out. Who or his mistress or who they need to come on now, because it's making Ayesha seem like she's looking for male attention, she want other man, and that she just straight playing him. Nah, she ain't playing him. Trust me, he got trust me, he's in control in that situation. Trust me. Okay, you see, she ain't went nowhere. He's in control. Okay, he's laying down. I don't care. I'm convinced he's cheating on her with all those goddamn groupies, like the rest of the NBA players do. I think them cheating with the groupies just comes a part of, in their mind, the lifestyle, because there's so many women after them. Okay, and he's away from her a lot. She knows they're after him, and so and she is in a. I'm gonna say this real quickly too. I kind of skipped this, but I also want to say why she's trapped, because I went around and came back around, I talk in circles. She's trapped because, in a sense, I know you're like, how is she trapped? She got the perfect life and all that. First of all, you're on the outside looking in. She even said she suffered from anxiety. Does that sound like the perfect life? Okay, people are projecting their messed up life onto her. Just because you poor and you ain't with the person you want to be with, and you ain't married and all that, and you ain't rich and doing the job you want, don't get mad at her. Okay, everybody's life takes a different course. Okay, nobody's life is perfect. I don't care how it looks on the outside, but she's trapped because you might say, why don't you just go and cheat on him? See. She could, but she would risk him getting mad and divorcing her being left to raise those kids by herself. She could get child support, probably spousal support, but should be left alone to raise the kids pretty much by herself while he's on the road and sleep with other women like he's been doing. And number 2, the biggest thing is he could get extorted. So you have to understand something. If she sleeps with a guy, that guy is going to look at her as a come up. Oh yeah. Do you all remember Ice-T and Coco? She was performing in Vegas, and she met a guy named AP9. They were taking pictures in a hotel of her, and she and him had sex. So what happened was AP9, then he started releasing the pictures, and he claimed Ice-T contacted him and said, I want the rest of the pictures. How much would I have to pay you to get the rest of those pictures of my wife? He says the pictures is going to the highest bidder. So he said whoever is willing to pay him the most, those are the people that's the person that's going to get the pictures. Okay, so basically he used her as a come up, because Ayesha's in a tough spot, because any other woman that's getting cheated on, she could just go out and cheat back, and the guy she's cheating with probably is gonna stay quiet. He can't get no money out of her or her dude, because maybe neither one of them got any money, you know what I'm saying? But see, with Steph, it's gonna first of all mess up his image. So if she cheated and that got out, they gonna look at him as a sucker, especially if he stays with her. They already called him a simp, so they gonna look at him as a sucker, even though the whole time he's probably cheating on his wife. They gonna flip and make her okay, that's that right. If she cheats on him and it gets out, they're gonna try to make it seem like he's a sucker. That's gonna mess up his image. Okay, even though he's probably the one that's been cheating on her this whole time, it's gonna go back on her. Then whoever she mess around with probably might have less money than him. He might not be as known as him, so him sleeping with her, he might try to take some pictures of her and keep text messages. And then it's gonna be, I slept with Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry's wife, and hold on. And then it's gonna be, I'm gonna expose this. I'm going to expose it and get some money out of it. You understand? She's in it. And the same with, yeah, of course, Steph has groupies that's trying to get him tied up too, I'm pretty sure. But my thing about it is, Ayesha's trapped, because any woman that's dealing with a guy who's not a millionaire, she step out, okay, he been cheating, now she cheats back. The dude she's messing around with, he can't get no money out of her like that, and her dude ain't got no money. He's more liable to just stay quiet. He's glad he's getting some unattached vagina. But with her though, it's different, because her husband's so known. And see, a lot of times men, it makes them feel good when they can sleep with another man's woman, especially a man that they call themselves respecting, and they felt that have more than them. And so to say, yeah, I slept with your wife. But a lot of men are not even after her like that. So I feel like they would try to play her. So whoever she was to try to mess around with would basically try to extort her husband. Or extort both of them, however you want to say it. But they would be trying to extort him, because he'll probably be the main one saying, because the guy probably be sleeping with her, might try to film it secretly, take pictures of her secretly, and then start releasing them, to the blogs. And then, stuff gonna be like, this making me look bad. And how much for the pictures? Same with AP9 and IC is going to be, it's going to the highest bidder. So it's like she got to pretty much sum it up. She's trapped because she has to keep this good girl image. She has to be this good girl that, at her husband's side, while he can sit up here and cheat and run around with different women and keep his good guy image when he's cheating the whole goddamn time. But she can't, like, he's out here probably cheating, but the women haven't came out, so he still seems like the good guy. And also society makes it seem like because he's a man, he's entitled to do that. And a rich man, they feel like, that's what rich handsome men do. Like, he gets a pass for that messed up behavior. But with her, it's like, you're being taken care of. How dare you step out on him? And then if she do it, the person might extort her and her husband. Then they're gonna turn it around, because when women cheat, they always make it seem like it's the man's fault. They make it seem like, you couldn't keep your woman satisfied. They try to blame him or something. So they gonna say, she cheated on you, you must have been doing your job. And then then if he takes her back, they're gonna make it seem like he's a simp, okay, and it's gonna make his image look bad. So she has to, so while he's out, and I really feel he's out cheating, while he's out sleeping with all these goddamn groupies after his games, or whatever else he's doing, whenever else he's sleeping with them, she's at home with the kids, okay, having to be a good girl. She can't even get her vagina waxed by nobody else, okay, because whoever that dude is, he might have less than him. He might try to extort him. This is real, okay? So she's trapped. So she's angry. I think she's pissed off. That's why she said that he's not giving her the attention she deserved. Because why would she need attention outside of him if she's getting attention? That's common. If he's giving her enough attention, she wouldn't be desiring that. Yes, people want to feel beautiful, want to get compliments from other people, the opposite sex. That's natural, even if they're in a relationship, even if they're married. But especially when their mate is not giving them attention, they don't feel validated, they don't feel beautiful. So they feel like, okay, My husband's not telling me I'm beautiful anymore, and then when I go out, nobody's giving me, telling me I'm beautiful, and then my husband's cheating, and then, am I beautiful? Have I lost my looks? Like, people don't know what she's going through. Okay, they assume that he's being a faithful husband, and that's where you are assuming wrong.